Hey everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to our August book haul revisit. So if you've not seen one of these videos, what I'm doing is I'm going back 3 years ago to 2021 and I'm looking at the book haul that I did in that month to see if I've actually read the books. And I've actually been doing pretty good on the 2021 books. So in most videos, I'm jumping forward to 2022 and combining those as well. So August is a weird month. So August of 2021, we had just moved into this house and like our closing date was August 6th and it was chaos. And so I'm guessing I wasn't book shopping much because we were unpacking, doing all the things. And so I'm guessing I wasn't book shopping that much. August 2022, we unexpectedly had our third baby. She was due October and came in August. And so again, leading up to that, we knew she was sick. And so we knew it was kind of walking on eggshells, just waiting for the day. And so I don't think I was buying that many books then either. And once she was born, of course, we were at the NICU all the time. I was not buying books. So I think I'm going to do both years. I think they're going to be relatively small. Both of the videos are pretty short. So I'm going to watch them with you guys right now, and then I will vlog reading whatever books are unread. So let's go ahead and go to 2021. I will screen share me watching the video. As always, I'm going to do it on 2x speed just so we're not here forever. If it sounds chipmunky, I apologize, but let's get it started.
We're getting on hold. So as far as the hauls go, I got a package from Forever Publishing, and there were this month they did things a little bit differently, where they did like book boxes. And I was so excited about them, except for one I know I'm not going to read. So this one is coming in and out. How to Survive a Scandal by Samara Parrish. So this one is a Regency romance. I'm just not into Regency romances. I know a lot of other people are, so I'm going to pass this on to somebody else. So that one's both a haul and... So that one's both a haul and unhaul. So let's get into the other books in that box. We have How Sweet It Is by Dylan Newton. So this woman, she is a wedding planner, and she is asked to plan a publishing party, I guess, what do you call it, a release party for a thriller novelist. And it is their relationship. Sounds super cute, and I can't wait to read this. Next is a wedding on Lilac Lane by Hope Ramsey. So this is number 4 in a series, but I think it's okay.
I think I've read it.
It's okay to read that order. So this one is about a woman, a guy and a girl who their parents are getting married, and they have to plan the engagement party. So she is all about like making a super great engagement party, and he's going to sabotage the wedding. So sounds fun. That is it for that box. And then a couple books from my mom. We have Rule by Jay Crownover. So I read this one. This is pretty much a classic bad boy, good girl.
Oh, I've already read, yep.
New adult romance. It was all right. In fact, I'm thinking I probably won't keep this one either. So this is kind of also a haul and unhaul, but I don't know. Next was Your Heart's Desire by Melody Carlson. This little tiny guy is just a gem. This, I had said, is like exactly what you need in those weeks after Christmas when you really want like Hallmark movies still, but like Christmas is over and you don't want to like watch Christmas movies in January. Read this. This starts at the beginning of New Year's and then goes through Valentine's Day, and it's about people who work in a chocolate shop, and they meet, unbeknownst to them, she is the new employee at the chocolate shop that he owns. So this is really, really cute. I would highly recommend. Then this last one that I have not read is my book of the month pick, and that's Not a Happy Family by Shirley Levine. So this one is about a family and the mom and dad die, and are the kids innocent? I don't know. So sounds really good. I've liked Shirley Levine in the past. Can't wait to read this. So that was my in and out.
Okay, so that looks really good. I have 5 that I've read and 1 that I unhauled without reading. So nothing to see here, folks. Let's move on to 2022.
So the first one is The Getaway by Emily March.
I've read
and
it.
This one is about a woman who dedicated her life to raising her 4 kids. Now her 4 kids are grown, they're off doing their own thing, and so she decides to go renovate this cottage or cabin or something in Colorado with her sister. And then she has a romance, I think, with a guy, like a contractor or something that's helping them, and it just sounds fun. Really, like, this is kind of what I'm craving right now, is like mindless romance, like just romance that you kind of know what's going to happen, you kind of know how it's all going to go, but it's great nonetheless. So that is this one. Next is sorry, this glare is kind of, I'm filming this at like 5 a.m., but Return to Cherry Blossom Way. So this is the second in a series, like Blue Cedar Falls, I think is the name of the series. I have not read the first, and I think these are going to be like companion books, so I don't think you need to, but I'm not sure. But this is about a travel writer who gets the assignment to go back home, and she does not want to go, and of course the first person she runs into is her ex. So it's a second chance. I don't know if it's a first love, second chance, or just a second chance, but sounds cute. I think he's running his family's restaurant, and he like doesn't really want to, but just kind of feels obligated because I think his parents died or something. So they're kind of rediscovering themselves as well as their relationship. So sounds cute. Then we've got The French House by Helen Fripp. So this one is about it's based on a true story about the one who built the world's greatest champagne house. I didn't even know that was a thing, so maybe I'm just like out of the loop. But this is about a woman who I think her family, like her parent or her husband and she and her daughter have a vineyard, and then her husband dies, and so she has to like take care of this vineyard both to keep her and her daughter like financially okay, and also just to remember her husband. And then she starts getting like notice that her husband maybe died with some secrets that are a little shameful, and so she is trying to figure out all of that as well as trying to create the perfect bottle of champagne. So this sounds really good especially for wine lovers. And we'll see. Heartbroken, her reputation in tatters, and full of questions no one can answer. Nicole turns to what she knows best: winemaking. So.
Oh no!
Picture this. Saving up to 10% when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
Sounds perfect. Next is The Beachside Bed and Breakfast by Hope Ramsey. So I don't know if this is a part of a series. I didn't look, but this one is about this gal. She runs a beachside bed and breakfast, and she has a romance with the Reverend. But obviously, there's some things like I think there's a rule against like the Reverend dating somebody in his church, and so I don't know how it all works, but sounds cute. Now this one is an author that I have not read yet. I have a couple of hers, and I really want to read them because it all sounds so good. But historical fiction, The Lost Children by Shirley Dixon. So this is England 1943, and these 2 kids, they're twins. They're like 8 years old, and their mom decides to send them to the countryside to kind of live with strangers in order to keep them safe. So she puts them on a train, sends them to the countryside with a letter that she says only open this if you're in danger. So they're getting used to life and stuff, and then they get word that their mother has been killed, and so they are sent into an orphanage. Things are rough. They decide to open the letter, and what does it include? I don't know. Some secrets. Don't really know what's going on. And yeah, I love World War II novels, especially from a child's perspective, and so I think that's what this is. I'm excited. Then this girl, she's a chunky one. So The Paris Secret by Natasha Lester. So this one is 3 timelines: England 1939, Paris 1947, and then present day. So in 1939 in England, there are 2 sisters. One is really wanting to be like an Air Force pilot and a part of the French Resistance and stuff. And I don't think women are allowed at that time, but she's just gung ho on doing that. Then 1947, it follows Christian Dior. He made a perfume for his sister, and his sister was friends with the sisters from England 1939. And then now present day, a woman discovers a whole box or something of Christian Dior gowns in her grandma's house or something. And so how are they all connected? I'm sure they are. I'm sure this is going to be great. And sounds like Paris high fashion. So something fun, but it is thick. I might have to find this on audio or something. It's only 480 pages, but it feels really big. So maybe we'll do that on audio. I don't know. So now is my 2 book of the month picks. I can never pick just one. I either skip a month or I pick like multiple, 2 or 3. So this month was a 2-monther, or a 2-booker. So I did, for my pick, you guys will probably not be shocked, but I did Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. So
I've read it.
I only read 1 Alice Feeney, and I liked it. And this one, I like fell into the hype. I really want to know what I think of this. So this is about a family that all gathers together on their, like the grandmother's kind of gothic island home, and it's for their grandma's like 80th, 90th something birthday, and then they all start dying one by one. So sounds intriguing, sounds like definitely a good fall read, and I've been hearing pretty good things, I think, so I'm excited to give it a shot. And then I did, well, honestly, it was, I think August that I did my birthday add-on, because I've just been like dropping the ball on my book of the month stuff, and my birthday was in May, but they let me roll it over. So I did The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. So I love Hildebrand in general. But when I was going into the maternal fetal medicine doctor all the time, they, like girl who did my stats? No, like my blood pressure and stuff. I don't know. It's 5 in the morning, guys. Sorry. She was reading this for a couple days. And so every day I was like, do you still like it? Is it so good? She's like, yeah, I really like it. So I decided to get it. So this is about the Hotel Nantucket. And I think it's a woman who is just trying to kind of save it because they have a bad reputation. Somebody died there like in the 20s. And so I think it's like haunted. And I don't really know, honestly. They're trying to win over the favor of a London billionaire owner, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Sounds fun. Nantucket, hotel. I love all the things. I'm not traveling. I haven't traveled in a long time because of COVID and having 2 little kids. Now I've got a baby in the NICU and we'll have 3 little kids. And so I feel like traveling is just like something I'll do in the future. So I put down armchair travel through this hotel book. So that is my August book haul. Let me know.
Okay, so here we are. We have 8 read, 4 unread, and 2 that I unhauled without reading. So let's see. We've got The Return to Cherry Blossom Way by Jeannie Chin. We've got The Beachside Bed and Breakfast by Hope Ramsey. We've got The Lost Children by Shirley Dixon, and The Paris Secret by Natasha Lester. Honestly, I'm not that excited about The Paris Secret, but I have heard a lot of things about Natasha Lester, so am I going to like her? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a good chance to try it out. I'm also really surprised. Like, I unhauled The French House without reading it, and that one, the How to Survive a Scandal, I also unhauled that without reading it, which is something I do very rarely. So the fact that I did it twice out of just this many books is crazy. So this month is Deca TBR-a-thon. So I am going to try to sneak these 4 books in. But ultimately, the cards pick first, and then my patrons pick second, so I don't have a ton of control. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how it goes and see if I can get these 4 snuck in, and I will vlog it here as well as daily vlogs, so you'll see me talking about these books a lot, but I'll let you know as I read them. Hey everyone, so I've started the first book for this project, and I am reading The Beachside Bed and Breakfast by Hope Ramsey. This is number 5 in her like Moonlight Bay or something like that series, and I read number 4 and didn't really like it. I gave it 3 or 3.5 stars, but I unhauled it, and so I'm kind of wondering if Hope Ramsey is just not the author for me, because I'm not loving this. I'm halfway through, and it's a relationship between a pastor and a bed and breakfast owner. The bed and breakfast owner is a widow. She's got a young son, well, young as in like maybe between 8 and 12 somewhere, and yeah, they neither of them want the relationship to happen because it's forbidden because she's a member of the church. She has had a thing with his brother, so it's like whatever. Yeah, so it's a weird book. The pastor is definitely not acting very Christianly. He is he's swearing a lot. Not a lot. He's swearing a fair amount. He's got a lot of unforgiveness and bitterness and just kind of selfish intent. And I don't really love when pastors are portrayed in that way and not like a redeeming way. Like, we're definitely seeing his flaws and we're not seeing their redemption, and maybe we will, but because pastors are humans, they deserve grace, but I don't know. So I feel a little redundant talking about this because I am daily vlogging, but just for the sake of continuity, I'm going to continue this series, and I'm 50% of the way through this, and so I'll update when I finish it. It's Sunday. I have 2 kids right here, and the 3rd just left. So we will see. I'm not sure how much reading will happen today or what we're going to do, but we need to start a new puzzle, which is great for audiobooks, and so I'm going to have Alexa read this to me later, and that's the plan. So I will check in later. Hey everyone. Okay, so I just filmed my clip for my day 5 Deck of TBR-a-thon. So if you want more about this book, go to that vlog, because I don't want to be super redundant and tell you guys the same things over and over. But I finished this and I gave it 2.5 stars. This is weird. It's just weird. Having a lusty romance after a pastor, it's weird. And the little boy in it is obsessed with ghosts, and it's used as a plot device to bring the preacher back into the mom's life because they were planning on avoiding each other, but he wants to do exorcisms and things, and so that was weird. I didn't like that. Also, they both, like, I felt zero chemistry between them, which may be because I haven't read the entire series. Maybe they have a history I don't know about, but I don't know. And also, they were very, very immature. Like, they both were making big decisions for the sake of the other without communicating to each other, and it felt very juvenile. So I'm giving this 2.5 stars, getting it off my shelf. Glad I read it because now I can get it going. So that's my update there. I will check in when I read another book. Hey everyone, so it is later in the month, and I did not plan this well. If I was planning better, I probably would have made my book of the month, or like my book haul revisit books not part of Deck TBR-a-thon, because I don't want to be too redundant in talking about these books. But since you're hearing about them like daily in the Deck TBR-a-thon vlogs, and then probably at the end of the month with this, I'm going to talk about it again. But I'm currently reading The Paris Secret by Natasha Lester, and I almost just DNF this or unhauled this without even trying, because it's 500 pages, historical fiction, centered around Christian Dior gowns, and that does not sound interesting to me at all. However, I wanted to give it a shot, and I'm a bit of the ways in, like maybe 20%, and I'm actually really liking it. So we're getting mainly the perspective of Skye, and Skye is a female pilot right before World War II. So it's 1939, and then World War II starts, and she's eager to help, but women are very devalued at the time. And so she, like, there's men that are have barely ever flown being prioritized over women. And Skye is kind of naturally seductive. And so she is, like, being taken less seriously because of her looks. And so that's it. We also got like a prologue from Margot, who is 1947 in Paris, and she is wearing these Christian Dior gowns, and she is talking about like the cost of fitting into these gowns and things. And so there's that. And then we get a small glimpse of 2012, Margot's granddaughter. So I am liking this. I kind of, sometimes 3 perspectives, 3 timelines, it can get to be a lot and like really jumbled. But I feel like this is doing a really good job. So I am trying not to be redundant. I won't talk too much about life in this because I'm daily vlogging, so you guys know what's going on in life. But today we're going to the new OB for the first time, bringing all the kids. So it's gonna be a time. And right now my 2-year-old is destroying my shelf. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll check in when I have more to say about The Paris Secret. Hey everyone, quick update. I am 50 pages into this, Return to Cherry Blossom Way, and this is a romance about a travel writer who has to go back to her hometown because her mom and sister are doing something like newsworthy, and so she's going to cover the story, and she runs into I think it was like the one who got away, something, who is working in his family's restaurant. Both of these characters are Asian, so it's an Asian culture, kind of represented, but honestly, 50 pages in, I have nothing really hooking me to this. There's a lot of dialogue, which means it reads pretty quick, but overall, so far, so fine. It's okay. So I'll keep you posted. I'm reading physically, so I'm reading this one kind of slow. And then The Paris Secret is good. I'm like 80% of the way through. It definitely does not need to be 500 pages, but this is a historical women's fiction, in my opinion. This is about 3 women, all in different timelines. One, England, 1939, Paris, 1947, and present day, or 2012, I think is when it is. And so it's 2 women who interacted during wartime, and one of their granddaughters. So there's mistaken identities, there's secret missions, there's lots going on in this book, and it's really intriguing, but it is way too long. So I should finish this today, so I will keep you posted. But overall, they're both fine. They're both fine. I can see why they've been sitting on my shelf for years and years. So we'll see. Hey everyone, it's later in the day, and I finished The Paris Secret during nap time, and like I said, I just filmed the clip for my daily vlog, so I am going to try to be brief about this, but I like this book. This is a 3.5 star because we get 2 perspectives. Skye, which is a female pilot in World War II, and Kat, who is a granddaughter of one of Sky's friends, and she's present day basically, and she's in the fashion industry. So Sky, I really loved her. She was a strong female. Her friendship was really emphasized. She had a romance, but she was a very dynamic, well-developed character, and she had friends, Catherine Dior, so that's where the gowns come in, as well as a woman named Margot. She has an estranged sister. She has a kind of childhood sweetheart. So there's a lot going on in this book. I will say I don't think it needs to be 500 pages. It definitely got a little daunting and just a little, like, it's a very complex story. And so I think this would have been a lot better if we just got like first person from Sky's perspective, none necessarily of the present day, because I felt like that, especially Kat's romance, was just distracting. And so I don't know. I liked it. Didn't love it. I'm intrigued to read more Natasha Lester. I'm not a huge historical fiction reader, and my brain kind of hurts for other reasons right now. So I don't know if that's why this wasn't like hugely pivotal, awesome for me. But it has really high ratings, and I thought it was pretty good. It is definitely very well developed. So that's my thoughts on that. Glad I read it. 2 more books for this project. So I'm going to try to get it done this week. Can I do it? We'll see. Hey everyone, so final book. I'm 100 pages into The Lost Children by Shirley Dixon, and this is so good so far. So this is about a woman. So it starts in 1935 in England, and we find out she's pregnant by her boss's child. She loses her job, etc., because of that scandal, and she decides to have the baby and finds out it's twins, and the little girl has cerebral palsy. So that is kind of going on. Then zoom forward to 1943, and the war is going on. Life changes, and she is forced with the decision to send her kids to the countryside to be safe. And so now we are following these like 8-year-old twins as they are trying to figure out life in the countryside, and it is so good. It is so good so far. So I will keep you guys posted. Like I said, since I'm daily vlogging, I don't want to be redundant, so I'm not going to chat on for too long about this, but I will keep you posted as I continue to read more. Okay, hi everyone. So it's later in the day. I finished this book, and I'm going to talk really quickly about it because you probably just heard me talk about it in the vlog from yesterday or whenever you're watching this. And so I really like this book. I really like the conversation around disability, and I love the sibling dynamics. I love how protective he was of her, and yet how protective she was of him, even though she was quote unquote the weak one. And just what does strength actually mean? Like, I loved that. This book was just really, really good. I will pick up more Shirley Dixon for sure, and would highly recommend. So now that I've read the books from 2021 and 2022, that feels really good. Got them moved to either my discard shelf or my keep it forever shelf, and so that feels really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next month.